Good morning, folks, and welcome to a very special edition, the return of Joe and Dion, the first family of Las Vegas' daily free winter show, brought to you by the best website on the planet, your one-stop sports betting shop, Sports Memo. Guys, we've got a great show. We've got our All-Star Monday panel. Let's bring them on. They're a good-looking bunch. Let's go around in clockwise. Jesse, the Iceman Schule, Moneyline Matt, Ross Benjamin. Let me start with Jesse. Jesse, good morning to you.
Good morning, Joe. I'm glad you guys are feeling better. It's nice to see you guys up and at 'em again.
Thank you.
We appreciate that. You know, Jesse, you were one of the people, actually everybody on the panel hit us up several times over the last week saying they miss us. They love us. They wish us good coming back quickly with a quick and full recovery. So we appreciate it. But Jesse, you got a different background than you normally have. Where are you today?
I'm with the family on a little holiday in Penang, Malaysia.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Well, we're happy to start off our first show back with you, Jesse. Thank you for everything. And as always, I know you did a little bit, you went above and beyond last week, filling in and helping out. So I appreciate you for that. Let's go to Moneyline Matt. Guys, the best smile in the business. Good morning, Moneyline Matt. How are you today?
Good. Good to be here as always. Glad you guys are back, feeling better. And it was a much better weekend for me. Went like 500 a couple weekends ago. This one, I'm 4-1 right now. Going to have another play tonight, so I'm feeling good.
Great. We're glad to be here with you, Matt. And, it's always nice starting the week off with you as well. You become a Monday regular for us, too. It's not just the people out there that watch the show. It's Dion and myself. When we know certain people are on the show, we have –
It brings up our day.
It brings up our day. And speaking of bringing up our day, our good friend and one of the best-looking guys in the history of this business, let alone one of the most successful handicappers in the history of this business, Ross Benjamin. Ross, good morning to you.
Good morning, Joe and Dion. Good morning, Jesse. Good morning, Matt. How is everybody today?
We're doing great, and I'm always happy. Happy to kick off a week with you, Ross. Now, Ross, we may have some scheduling a different day with Ross because there's no way we're going to not have Ross on this show. So stay tuned for that. We'll have some news about that. You know how I start every show? Good morning, honey.
Good morning. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. It is a little bit of a struggle today, guys. You can still hear my voice going in and out. I kind of sound like, I don't know, a hooker that just worked the docks after the fleet come in.
Kind of like Kermit the Frog.
Kermit the Frog. But, I get to spend the whole week last week. We really didn't do too much. Well, let me rephrase that. I almost said we didn't do too much in bed last week. We really weren't in bed too much last week. We were on the couch. We got some great couches. We got a 15-foot by 15-foot couch with a 5-foot ottoman and a couple of chaises. And the dogs actually never left us, what's funny, you get that loyalty out of dogs that you don't find in blood family relatives, I'll tell you that. But
all we did was sleep and watch bad movies.
And then we tried to put on some video games. I bought Dion a new video game system. We were gamers, and when my son left for the Marines like 8-9 years ago, we stopped gaming. Gaming has changed quite a bit. Matt probably knows. He looks like a gamer. Matt, I got a new Xbox because we had Xbox, Wii, PlayStation. We have about 300 or 400 games, all the accessories. But gaming has changed. Now you got to put in the disc. It's got to download for like 30, 40 minutes.
That's absurd. I hate the whole download.
That is a pain in the ass.
Disc and play. Like, I don't get that at all.
So I set up the Xbox the other day, and we started feeling better. So I looked at Dion. I was getting pissed. So we started making out. By the time we were done with everything, I said, forget about it. We outlasted the 45 minutes, I'll tell you that. But I will tell you this, Ross, you'll as a married guy.
Too much information.
Ross, as a married guy, I'm going to tell you, you and Jesse, I know you guys know about this. So I went 6 days without showering or shaving. I looked like Grizzly Adams. I really did. And then I took a shower and shave. I couldn't take it anymore. The beard was coming. I mean, it was really out there. I was itching. I was feeling yucky. Then I showered and shaved. I started smelling something. It was Dion.
Hey now, like Ross said, too much information.
She smelled like Indian food wrapped in a dirty diaper. I said, honey, it's time to shower. So
you were in a hole 2 minutes ago. Now you're in a big hole.
Yeah, I'm out here.
Keep digging, brother. Keep digging.
I'll be in China pretty soon. I'm digging it so much.
You'll be visiting Jesse in Malaysia. Is where you're
absolutely. But, Dion is feeling a little bit better. We did have a rough week. We appreciate everybody out there who sent us their good tidings. So thank you, everybody. Thank you for putting up with us. This COVID is no joke. I'm not going to get into some politics. I honestly believe in my heart that it was the shots that since we got the shots 2 years ago, we haven't had like a couple of solid weeks in a row where we felt right. I'm not going to get into some politics or some medical debate. We haven't felt right. So having said that, I miss you guys. I miss Dion. I miss Ross and Jesse and Matt and the other great cappers here. A couple of quick things. Thanks to everybody out there in the Sports Memo family who filled in. We love you guys. You guys are the best. Thanks to Jeff and Dr. Chuck and Ronald and all the guys who filled in, and Jesse who did a lot of extra work. We appreciate you guys for filling in. But on a nice note, I was missed, and I got a lot of nice things from the guys here going, Joe, I don't know how you do this every day. Well, you guys know me better, especially Jesse. You know I ain't normal. So it takes somebody not normal, little Abby normal, to do this.
And that's the best bet of the day.
That's the best bet. That's an out price. That's 40-1. So having said that, couple of quickies. We might notice, sports fans, that I'm wearing my New York Yankee stuff. It's by no coincidence that I'm doing this because I knew I was going to share the screen with Jesse. Prior to the season starting, Jesse and I had a bet, Ross. He said the Yankees stunk, and I said they're going to run away with the AL East. And I think outside of the Houston Astros, they are the best team in baseball. Now, I moved it along. They got hot again, the Yankees. They took the whole division. Somebody owes me some dinner over here in Vegas. I think he's on the panel. Jesse, I want you to know I'm making reservations already. I'm going to go. And listen, and we ain't going to know some place with paper napkins. I want linen napkins. I want mandolins. I want violins. All right? I want tableside service. I'm just telling you that. Right. We're not going to Denny's, and you're going to tell them it's my birthday like last time. I'm just telling you that. No, it's been a great America. It's been a great baseball season. There's still a lot of baseball to be played. I think it's anybody's game. But sports fans, we're going to have a lot of fun in the next few weeks. We're going to be covering every sport. That's why I love the First Family Show. Mm-hmm. We're not dedicated to any one sport. So a guy like Pablo's come on and do soccer. Matt can do football any day of the week he wants. Pro football, college football. We got soccer. We've got it all for you guys. Well, baseball, and we're only a couple of weeks away from NBA.
And NHL is starting next week, I believe, too.
And by the way, I want you guys to know I'm the star power forward on the 5.5 foot and under basketball league here in Vegas. I'm the star power forward. You can't be over 5'6". I'm the mailman. I'm the Karl Malone of that league. I'll tell you that.
Whoa, is that a real thing?
Lower the backboard 2 feet. I can almost dunk now. So, having said that, guys, we've got a live show. So fire away for our panelists. I did fluff it up a little bit today. I normally cut down the fluff prior to last week, I was cutting down the fluff.
But you have
Monday.
To get it all out.
I had to get it all out, because I'm long-winded now. I exhaled. I'm good for the week. Dion's got a couple of discounts he wants to tell everybody about. We got a slew of free winners from Jesse, Matt, Ross, Dion, and myself. So, Dion, take it away.
Yeah, so don't forget today is $9 Monday over at Sports Memo. So if you head on over to the site, you can get $9 plays from most of the handicappers up on the website. And also don't forget to head on over to the deals page because a bunch of them have some amazing deals going on right now. So don't forget, $9 Monday.
All right, wait. You got to keep going because I'm typing a message. All right, no, let's go. All right, guys, without any further ado, kicking off the week with Ross Benjamin it really sets the tone. It really is. You go to any great big concert where you got a big concert weekend where you got 50 bands on the venue. They open the show and they close the show with the best they got. And Ross is certainly one of the best in the history of this business. I love kicking off the week. And I know he's in a good mood because Josh Allen made a good comeback yesterday. For those of you guys, he's a big Buffalo fanatic, and he loves Josh and the Bills, and I'm happy because I had them yesterday. I got the push, Ross.
Again,
you
got the push. It's like getting a win,
Absolutely was.
I
wasn't in doubt. I still felt that they could. Well, we'll talk about that in a minute. Guys, Ross Benjamin, killing it. Multiple sport leaderboard fixture. As you know, he's killing it. Doesn't just do it for a day or a week. He's been doing it for decades. He's going to tell you a few things he's excited about on the premium side, and he's got another free winner to kick off our week. Ross, the floor is all yours, sir.
Thank you, Joey. I appreciate the introduction. I'm coming off my first losing week of the football season, so I don't feel good as well, Joe. So I don't take that lightly. And Hey, it is what it is, but the NFL still off to a great 16-9 start, 64%, 4-0 on my best bets of 5-star or 10-star, and 2-0 this week. Even though I went just 3-4 in the NFL, still got one left for today, so I could get out of the NFL with a winning week anyway if I cash tonight, and I will have a big play going tonight in the Monday night matchup, so you want to check that out. 4-0 so far, like I said, NFL 5-star and 10-star plays on a year. Yesterday, I had the Patriots plus 9.5. Joe, they almost won the game outright, losing in overtime. And then Thursday night, a 10-star play on the Cincinnati Bengals. College football, NFL combined since January 9th of 2022, 49-33, 61%. So despite that losing week, I'm still winning, folks. And like Joey said last week when he had a terrible run there, you know what? We beat on our chest when we win, but we're transparent here when we lose as well. And that only means I'm going to bounce back. So keep an eye on my premium plays at sportsmemo.com. Let's get to the free pick real quickly. The Chicago Cubs at the Cincinnati Reds tonight, 6:40 p.m. Eastern time start. Right now, Cincinnati, according to the Caesars, is minus 130. The Cubs are plus 115. These are two teams that are finishing the year in opposite directions. The Cincinnati Reds are obviously playing out the string after a horrible year. 0-6 in their last 6, 1-9 in their last 10, 4-19 in their last 23. How about those Cubbies? They did not give up on their manager. They've been playing hard down the stretch. The Cubs have won 7 in a row and 11 of their last 12. Here's another interesting artifact here is the Reds have scored 3 runs or less in 9 of their last 10 and 21 of their last 23 games. That's absolutely anemic offensively. On the other hand, the Cubs have allowed 3 runs or less in 11 of the last 12 and 2 runs or less in their last 6. The Cubs will go with Hayden Wesneski, and since being called up to the majors from AAA, he's made 3 starts with the Cubs here in September, a 1.96 ERA and an 0.98 WHIP, averaging better than 6 innings pitched per start. He's going to be supported by a Cubs bullpen, 1.50 ERA and 0.79 WHIP in their last 7. Hunter Green, 2 starts versus the Cubs this year, 8.00 ERA, and the Reds bullpen, they've been shaky for the majority of this season. He doesn't figure to get much support there. He has pitched well of late, but he struggled against the Cubs in his 2 starts. I'm going with the Cubs here as a money line underdog, plus 115 over the Cincinnati Reds.
Sports fans, one of the most successful cappers in the history of sports betting business, Ross Benjamin, says start off your week with a big free winner, the Cubs, plus 115. Guys, he sold me. I know he sold you too. After this show, go over to Sports Memo, the best customer appreciation discounts on the planet, let alone in this business, are at Sports Memo. Go follow Ross. You're going to follow him all the way to the bar, all the way to the bank, guys. I got to tell you, do something once, do it twice. You're lucky.
Jesse.
Look at those. Look at that. I don't want to say anything, Ross. We're getting comments about those muscles. Somebody said you rival Bruce Smith. Back in the day when he was on the Bills, he had that body. My God, look at it. By the way, he doesn't have your smile or your hair. He never had that, Bruce Smith, but he could play.
I want to see Ross jump on a table like a true Buffalo Bills fan, jumping through a table.
Hey, Ross, by the way, did you see I tagged you in something the other day? It was a couple of years ago on yesterday's date or 2 days ago. I was with Jim Kelly. I was playing golf. I tagged you in it. We played golf 2 days in a row. I whooped his ass. Both days. We went back. He had to buy me. He does not like losing. I'll tell you that. No. He had to buy me lunch over at the Palm. And then we went over by our good friends. They run Field of Dreams over in the Caesars Forum. So I tagged you in that. I thought you'd enjoy that. We played golf 2 days in a row.
He's been known to have a beer or 2 on occasion.
You know, he. I'll tell you what. He's a lot of fun while you're playing golf until he starts losing. He is.
Well, is anybody happy when they're losing?
No.
Losers are. And that's why nobody's happy at Sports Memo when they lose, because we don't have any losers here. Anyway, guys, my good friend Ross.
You know what? We didn't grow up in the era where everybody got a trophy. You know?
No. Oh, no. My son, if my son ever came home and said, hey, we only lost by 3, I'd kick him right in his ass. Go back on the – no, I'm kidding. No, actually, I was tough on my son, but I coached his teams, and he went from being a less than mediocre player to the best player in the league within a few years. And when I coached his teams, we didn't lose a game in 3 years. Ross, I coached the team. Nobody in the league wanted to play us. 3 years, we were state champions. We didn't lose a game. We had 3-hour practices a week. Other teams would play. We had offensively, we had like 60 man-to-man scripted plays and another 40 zone scripted plays. These were kids that were teenagers. We crushed teams. When we were out on the field, kids used to tell their parents, I got a stomach ache, I don't want to play. They don't want to play us. Great teams, but I'll tell you what, we didn't get a trophy. You know why? We tried harder when we weren't the best or MVP. We came back the next year, and we took the championship, and we took those MVPs, and that's all I want to say about that.
Let me tell you something. Joe he's got an impressive resume, man. He's one hell of a coach that won 3 state titles. He's a third-degree black belt. He's the best power forward at 5'6" and a 5'6". What else do we miss? Oh, he's a great handicaper.
He hit a hole in one the first time he tried golf.
Yeah.
No, I did not. But I did break 100. Let me tell you something. If it was a sport, I excelled in it. God's got a great sense of humor, Ross. He made me 5'6", but I'm an amazing athlete, and I'm good looking. So, I figured, it's better to look at me. I'd rather be Joe D'Amico than be Peyton Manning. If I had to look like him.
And his stamina exceeds the time it takes to download the video game.
Yeah.
Yeah, that damn video game. I'm going to have Moneyline Matt come over and show me how to play these damn games.
Yeah.
I didn't know I needed like a tutorial. Oh, my God. Guys, we do have a lot of fun on the First Family Show, but Ross Benjamin, on a serious note, is one of the best in the history of this business. Go follow Ross. And not only is Ross one of the best, he has that class, that integrity. And when he says he has a mediocre day or week, guys, I'm going to tell you, he tells you about it. You know why? Because you could follow Ross the following week. Just like those participation trophies, we didn't get them when we grew up. We weren't MVP. We came back the next year. We tried harder. We were MVP. We didn't win. We came back to win a championship. And Ross is a champion. Go follow Ross over at Sports Memo. Look at those pythons.
Come on, Jesse. Show your guns, man.
Those are illegal in 14 states. Jesse. Those are illegal in 14 states, guys. Go follow Ross, brother. You're going to follow him to the bank.
In the corner going, these old son of a bitches are just crazy.
They are crazy. We are crazy. Let me tell you something. What Matt doesn't know, he doesn't know what he's in for the next few decades. If you, me, and Jesse, we started off as normal as Matt is.
We were smiling and normal and, good looking as a young man, and then look, this business. Anyway, I love what I do every day, and I know you guys too.
Absolutely. And you know what, Ross? I love the fact I get to share a panel and share a website with you, Jesse, Matt, and Dion, because you are some of the best in the history of this business. Ross has to take off, my friends. Thank you for stopping by. We're going to keep you posted. Ross may be switching days on the First Family Show. We'll keep you posted because I know some of you guys are really loyal to Ross. Don't worry. This is like the mob. We may move him to another city, but he can't leave the family, especially not the First Family, guys.
Every time I thought I was out, they pull me right back in.
Guys, we have a lot of fun. Ross, good luck to you today and this week. And, hey, you might be seeing Ross in a few more days on this show, too. We might get him back on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Ross, have a great day and good luck to you, my friend.
You too. Jesse and Matt, knock them dead. Love you guys. Take care.
Bye-bye,
Have a
guys.
good one.
Have a good one, Ross.
Guys, Ross Benjamin is one of the best in the history of this business. I said it before, I'll say it again. Do something once or twice, you're lucky. Do it for decades. There's only one guy, Ross Benjamin. After the show, follow him. You're going to follow him to the bank. Now, I do want to say our good friends, wow, look at this. Look at this, Dion. I love to see our questions and all these wonderful people saying wonderful things. Wow. Great to see the D'Amicos. Thank you, Garrick.
Aww.
By the way, I do want to tell you, Matt, during your segment, we have a question specifically designed. I believe it's for the NFL. So
Okay.
during your segment, we have a question specifically designed, specifically geared towards you. So without any further ado, we're going to go to, and it's no small task here, the prettiest person on this panel, because this is a good-looking panel, guys. It is a good-looking panel. My lady, and I've got to tell you, she's really cute all the time. I've got a crush on my wife. I've got a crush on her. I believe in love at first sight. You know why? Because I saw her, and 9 days after we had our first date, we moved in. I fell in love with her the first time I saw her. But I have a crush on my wife, and I fall in love with her every day. I know I'm goofy. I know I'm a tough guy and loud and obnoxious, but I do love I love with my heart, and I can't love with anything else. I love my wife. And the whole week, while she had her short throat and I had my short throat, we were doing Google Eyes because it was kind of sexy and fun. But she and I are not the most fun, sick people. We're kind of annoying. But together, we're annoying together, and we got through last week. And thank you to all your kind thoughts and sentiments out there. But she's she's doing some good work over at Sports Memo. She has a multiple sport leaderboards. She's got some things she's excited about on the premium side, and she's got another free play winner for you. Dion, take it away.
Thank you. Over the weekend, I did split out on my games. I did have not a great college Saturday, but Sunday I did fantastic. But I did wind up splitting out for the whole weekend, but I am still hitting over 60% in football. Today I have isolated just one big winner for you on the diamond today with my 71% MLB round tripper. It's going to be posted over at Sports Memo right after the show for just $9. So make sure you head on over there after the show and pick up that winner. Today's free play, we're going to go ahead and head to the interleague action where the Houston Astros host the Philadelphia Phillies in the first game of a 3-game series. Coming into this matchup, Philadelphia took 3 of 4 against Washington in their last series, while Houston took 2 of 3 against Tampa Bay. The Astros in this one, they're not playing for anything, but the Phillies, they're looking to clinch the NL wild card spot, the final one. The magic number for them is 1. That's right. They need just 1 win of the final 3 games. Today we have Aaron Nola, 10-13 with a 3.36 ERA, and Lance McCullers 4-1 with a 2.28 ERA, and both on the mound today. Nola, he won his lone start against the Astros back in 2017, where he threw 6 scoreless innings in the Phillies' 9-0 win. McCullers, he's only made 8 starts this season, has never faced the Phillies. I know Philly is facing one of the best teams in baseball, but like I said earlier, Houston doesn't need this win. They just want to leave this series healthy. And with the Phillies looking to take the final NL wildcard spot, I see them fighting really hard in this one. So I'm going to go ahead and go with the Phillies in this one.
Dionne D'Amico, the first lady of Las Vegas.
Sorry, I'm struggling
who struggled
today.
through that today. God, you're a trooper. Says the Phillies plus $1.10, take them. I can see that, and that's something I debate on putting on as a premium play because I can see that. Yeah,
because I mean,
good stuff.
Houston, they're not really fighting for anything right now, so they don't have to go all out.
They got the best record in the AL. They got the number 1 seed in the AL. They got home field through the American League playoffs.
They just want to make sure that they stay healthy for right now, so they're not going to jeopardize anything. While Philly, on the other hand, they need just one more win in order to secure that wild card spot.
I appreciate you fighting through that. I know that you were struggling a little bit, and by the way, you're very sexy when you're struggling. Guys, the first lady of Las Vegas is a winner. Once again, can you tell everybody what you got going on the premium side tonight?
Yeah, so I have one game going up right after the show. I'm going to have my 71% MLB round tripper, and it's going to be posted for $9.
There you go, sports fans. Let's bring the panel back. By the way, guys, I think that Jesse and Matt would agree with me. The last few weeks, or even the last 2 or 3 weeks, and maybe even longer than that, for some of these American League and National League teams, are like the last 2 or 3 weeks of the regular season of the NFL. This isn't college football where you're graded every week, where you got to keep your foot on the gas. This is different. The last few weeks of the regular season in the NFL, certain teams, they don't need the wins. They've got home field. They got a bye in the first round, so to speak. Guys, it's not the same. I mean, it is the same. So you got to look at that and take that in consideration. These are really good betting insights. Dion made a really good point. She made a couple of good points during her analysis. By the way, it's a really good analysis but you did put an icing cherry on top by saying Houston they're looking to stay healthy.
Right.
That's another point to an angle to confirm why you should play Philly tonight. Some good stuff from Dion. After the show, follow Dion. She's got some things she's going to be putting up right after the show. Follow her, man. She's a winner. She's on multiple sport leaderboards, and I love her, and she still sounds cute with the sexy voice. Let's go over to the Iceman, who is off to one of the best starts. Now, guys, I've been documented for like 18, 19 seasons, and I got to tell you, one of the best starts I've ever seen to a football campaign, college and pro combined, is Jesse Schule. He is killing it. He is all over the leaderboards. He is killing it every Saturday, every Sunday during the week. I know that during the week last week, I believe he went 2-0. I could be wrong, but I believe he went 2-0 in his releases, football releases. I know he was going, I think I read something about going perfect into Saturday or Sunday. I read something, but guys, there's so much positive stuff about Jesse Schule that I'm starting to mix them up in my head. Jesse's going to tell you what he's been doing, what he's excited about coming up today and over the next few days, maybe even through the weekend in college and pro football. And he's got another free play winner for you here on the First Family Show. His free plays are killing it. Jesse, it's all you.
Thanks, Joe. We didn't get to break out the Mr. Perfect costume this weekend. Had to settle for a 5-1 card with college football Friday and Saturday, and a really modest 2-1 NFL card. But to put things in perspective, as you mentioned, the hot start, NBA referee Tim Donaghy went to federal prison for fixing NBA games, and he was hitting between 70 and 80%. And 6 weeks into the football season, I'm hitting over 80% with college and pro football. So that might be the real reason why I'm hiding out here in an undisclosed location in Malaysia. But yeah, it's going to be a tough task to keep hitting at that percentage. But I'm looking forward to the challenge and really looking forward to another big weekend with football this week. But let's get to a free baseball pick today, and I'm going to pick up right where Dion left off, talking about motivation. We got the Blue Jays on the road as favorites against the Orioles, and let's have a look at who's going to be motivated for this game. The Blue Jays, of course, have already clinched the wild card. They've got a good cushion above the Mariners and the Tampa Bay Rays, so no real urgency for them to do anything here. The Orioles have already been eliminated, so they're not fighting for any postseason aspirations either. But if you want to know who's going to be trying hard in this game, I'd say follow the money. And the guy that has the most to gain here tonight is a guy named Dean Kremer, who will be pitching for the Orioles. He's had a pretty fantastic season altogether for the Orioles. Of course, they've had a lot of players come out of nowhere, step up and have big years. But he's on a 1-year deal for $700,000, which isn't a lot for a pitcher. Something tells me he's in line to make a lot more money moving forward. And this is going to be his last start of the season. The last time he pitched at home, complete game shutout against the Houston Astros. You got Jose Berrios going for the Blue Jays. He's notoriously better at home than he is on the road. He's got a 6.75 ERA and a losing record on the road this year. The Orioles are an underdog here, and I think they should be the favorite. We're going to go with the Orioles plus 115.
Sports fans, Jesse Schule, he's telling you how good he's doing. And, he's not being humble, guys. He ain't bragging if you could back it up. My good friend Pete Rose. Pete Rose and I go back a long ways. I'm not going to talk about betting sports, but I can tell you, Pete and I, usually once a week for years, we went over to the race book, and we bet a lot of races together. And Pete used to say, it ain't bragging if you can back it up. And that's exactly what Jesse's telling you about. Guys, it ain't bragging if you can back it up. And Jesse's backing up like nobody else in the business is doing right now. And I'm happy for our good brother Jesse. He says the Orioles plus $1.15 motivation. Great stuff, Jesse. Guys, Jesse's doing some great work in multiple sports. Obviously, no matter what, it's hard to look past what he's doing on the gridiron, but there's plenty of baseball to go. Mm-hmm. And so follow Jesse after the show. You're going to follow him to the bank. He's doing great work. Let's go over the money line, Matt. Guys, he's got the best smile in the business, but he really is. His analysis and breakdown of the NFL, they amaze me. And Matt, this is not in a condescending way or any way, because I'm more than twice your age, you son of a bitch. No, because I'm more than twice your age. I don't mean this in a condescending way, but it amazes me how someone so young can break down NFL as well as you break it down. It still amazes me. So I don't mean that. I mean that in a pride sort of way, because I'm just so proud of you and the work that you do here at Sports Memo. That's how I mean it. So when I say for a young mind or young person, that's not condescending. I know I like to bust chops, but I do want to tell you, sports fans, he's one of the best young minds in sports betting today. And the way he breaks down the NFL, it amazes me. And I've worked with every name in this business. I've seen guys come and go. I work with the old timers. I work with a lot of people through the years. Matt's one of the sharpest guys I've seen break down an NFL game. He's going to tell you about what he's been doing, what he plans on doing this week on the premium side, and he's got another NFL winner for you. Then, Matt, I'm going to give my free play, and then I got a question from one of our viewers for you, if that's okay. Matt, the floor is yours, buddy.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, I appreciate that introduction, Joe. And once again, we kept the streak alive on the show. We had Cincinnati last Monday hit again. I don't think we've missed a pick on the show so far. So this show is definitely my good luck charm. Coming into this week or this Monday, feeling a lot better too. I'm 3-1 on the week, 2-1 on the NFL, which is pretty solid. UFC, if you're a UFC fan, on Wager Talk, myself, Kyle Anthony, and Andy Lang do the Inside the Distance UFC show. I hit a bet on Mackenzie Dern and Jan, which was the main event, the over 2.5 rounds. A lot of people thought Dern was going to submit her within the first round or two. I also took Jan to go to the decision. That was a plus 300 play. So if you're into the UFC, definitely check that out, coming off a hot week. And we're looking to keep this going tonight. This is actually potentially my favorite play of the entire NFL card, and this is the San Francisco 49ers -1, and here is why. Okay, these are two teams that know each other very, very well. They're within the division together, and last year they faced off 3 times. Okay, the first matchup, the San Francisco 49ers winning 31-10. The second matchup winning 27-24 on the road in overtime. And then in the NFC Championship, as we know, the 49ers lost by 3. Now, coming into this game, this is a very situational matchup. Last week, the San Francisco 49ers lost an absolutely brutal game to the Denver Broncos, lost by 1 point. Jimmy Garoppolo ran out the back of the end zone. The whole team played terrible. Kyle Shanahan didn't coach well. Jimmy Garoppolo didn't play well at the quarterback helm. So I think this is that perfect bounce back spot. And when you look at the LA Rams and the San Francisco 49ers, the glaring weakness to me with that LA Rams team is that rushing offense. I've talked about this before. If you've watched me on this show, I talk about teams' ability to rush the football all the time. And there is no one worse than the LA Rams. Now they're facing the San Francisco 49ers, who have Javon Kinlaw, Eric Armstead, Nick Bosa, potentially the best defensive line in the entire NFL. So it's going to be very tough for them to run the football, or the Rams to run the football against the 49ers. Now, how do you beat Matthew Stafford? You get him off his spot. You make him move. If you cannot run the football, the play action game goes out the window. And again, Matthew Stafford is going to have to scramble around. He's going to potentially, his first read might not be there, go to the second, third, and that pressure will just be too much. I think Matthew Stafford will make a couple interceptions this game. The 49ers will create some turnovers. And then also, when you look at that San Francisco 49ers offense, it's a perfect bounce back situation. They played so bad last week. This is a team that has a lot of weapons. Jimmy Garoppolo needs to make that comeback game. George Kittle finally getting fully healthy. Deebo Samuel starting to play a little scat back again. Brandon Ayuk. And then I think Jeff Wilson actually has a good game against this LA Rams defense. The LA Rams do have some trouble getting to the quarterback, actually, now that Von Miller has left. They're ranking 22nd throughout the NFL in sacks. So I think Jimmy Garoppolo is still going to have some time. Yes, Trent Williams did go down, one of the best tackles in the entire NFL. But I think because of the San Francisco 49ers run game, they have the ability to disguise that offensive line more than that of the LA Rams. This San Francisco 49ers team is 1-2, while the LA Rams are 2-1. This game means far more to the 49ers than it does to the Rams. Their backs are against the wall. This is a divisional matchup, can have playoff implications. And I just think the San Francisco 49ers team is better than the LA Rams. Take the 49ers here at -1 or money line, whatever you prefer.
Guys, was I talking or was I talking when I said one of the sharpest guys in this business, breaking down games? Moneyline Matt, I always appreciate you on this show, and I'm in awe of how good you break down games. And guys, he does that without a net. He doesn't make any notes. I mean, I got notes all over the place. I'll be honest with you. Matt, great stuff. We love you. Guys, if you like what you heard from Matt, and I know you did because I did. All right, go over Sports Memo after the show. Go follow Moneyline Matt. Best customer appreciation discounts on the planet on Sports Memo. You're gonna follow him to the bank, guys. I'm gonna do my free play. We got some stuff. We want to answer some questions, so don't go anywhere yet. If you have any questions for our panel, fire away. We do like to fluff it up on Mondays, guys. Saturday I had 2 games of the month come in for everybody again. The best big game hunter on the planet. I'm doing okay after a rough start a little bit. I'm starting to rise in those rankings, especially in the NFL. I'm killing it. Yesterday, I had a win, a push, and a loss. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't have a game of the month yesterday, but on Saturday, I had 2. They both came in. Felt a little stronger on my Saturday card. The 2 bigger games came in. I will tell you, this week, I'm already looking at something that might be a 10% play. I'm 16-1 in my 10% releases in 2022 over at Sports Memo. And that might be up by Wednesday or Thursday. I'll tell you that right now. Something already caught my eye. After my breakdown, I do want to tell you, I'm very excited. I told Jesse before the show, I have a few. I did something I made a parlay. I never parlay anything, guys. It's a 4-letter word to me. Later on after this, I want to do some fluff. I want to tell you about this parlay I'm excited about. Maybe you guys can root it in for me. But let's talk about what I got going on today. I am 6-1. My last 7 MLB plays. What? Why? She's hitting me again. This is what I'm talking about. I'm 6-1. My last 7 MLB plays. Let me go to the single shot because everybody's laughing at us. All right. I'm 6-1. My last 7 MLB plays, and I will tell you, it's taken me over 3 weeks to put out 7 MLB plays. Why? Because this is the time of year you must be more selective. What would you rather go? 50-44 or 6-1 in 7 in 5 weeks? Me, I'd rather have less is more to me. One wife like Heidi Klum than 100 that look like Rosie O'Donnell. Guys, I'd rather have less stress and forget about that juice. I hate paying juice. It pisses me off almost as much, more than anything in the world, I'll be honest. So 6-1, my last 7 MLB releases. And, you know, I've been given the moniker, the king of Monday Night Football, by my peers, by other great cappers in this business, because it seems like every time I put on a Monday night play, they come in more times than they don't. And I have not had a Monday night release.
You haven't.
This season. This will be my first tonight. I have it up already. We're going to start off the week by going 2-0. I have my MLB NL East game of the week and my first MNF release of 2022. They're $9 for each one of them, or both in a 2-pack for $15. Get one play in each. Go start off your week 2-0 for just $15. Only at Sports Memo. My free play today, I may offend a few people.
It's not the first
God
time.
knows I'm not here to ruffle any feathers, but sometimes it's just a friggin' perk of the job, guys. What am I fun? Question for Matt. Yes, question for Matt. We're going to do the question for Matt Chessie in a minute. I love you. All right, guys. Now, like I said, it's not my intention to piss off people, but sometimes it is a perk of the job. My friends, New York has won 98 games, and they sat atop the NL East for most of the regular season. But yet now it's crunch time. Guess what, guys? They're folding like a suit you bought from Kmart. You ever see those Kmart suits? Oh, my God. Oh, they're folding like a Kmart suit, guys. They desperately need wins right now. However, they dropped 6 of the last 9, and getting swept by the Braves in the last series just might be the straw that broke the camel's back. Guys, let's face it. If this team had any heart, Mets fans, if this team had any heart whatsoever, they would have made more than one trip to the Fall Classic the last decade, and they would have had at least one World Series title. No heart. All the heart, cross town in Yankee Stadium. I'm telling you that right now. Now, I don't know. I know the Yankees will get cross that bridge. The Yankees haven't won a World Series in a while either, but they are. You can't question the Yankees' heart. Period. The Mets, no heart. Without a doubt, guys, to make them above a $3 favorite today, even if it's against the division doormat Washington Nationals, is a huge mistake. The Nationals are done. We all know that. They're playing for nothing except possibly being a spoiler to a team that has had their way with them for quite a while now. Last month alone, they took 2 of 3 against New York, but prior to that, the Mets had their way with the Nationals. I'm not questioning that, my friends. Abbott and Carrasco, their scheduled starters today. Abbott, a far cry from a solid starter. On the campaign, 0-4 with a 5.11, and he does give up a lot of runs as the team has lost 10 of his last 11 turns. But who the heck is Carrasco to be laying this much wood as a starter? $3, guys. Come on, please. The Mets have some great starters that shouldn't even be $3 favorites this time of year, period. And over the last 25 years, maybe 2 or 3 starters could warrant that, but no more than that. And we know who those 2 or 3 starters are. To make this team a $3 favorite, ridiculous. Let's go to, all right. He got shelled. I'm talking about Carrasco. He got shelled by Miami in his last outing for 4 runs in just 3 innings. Prior to that, 2 of his last 4 previous outings were nightmares. He couldn't make it out of the second inning in 2 of his last 4 outings prior to getting shelled a week ago. It's just ridiculous. Over his last 3 turns, his ERA is 5.54. Granted, the Mets are a better team on paper, but guess what, folks? Baseball isn't played on paper. It's played on the diamond. And this team is folding. Make them a $3 favorite? Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. They're not playing great baseball, let alone good baseball. Real quick, this does benefit us. Plus 285 with a team that can play spoiler against a team who's lost 6 of the last 9 with a starter who's got an ERA of his last 3 of over 5, offers us great value. And remember, when you're betting any sport, a line sport, or even a juice sport like baseball, I'm going to tell you right now, it's always when the line gives you value. And to me, getting almost 3-1 on the Nationals here brings us great value, and that's why I'm siding with this team today. The Mets are 0-4 the last 4 versus right-handed starters, and 1-4 the last 5 versus division opponents. I'm taking the Nationals here today. Let's go with that. Let me bring the staff, the crew back. Let's wait for Jesse to get back in there. Look at Jesse. Look at him. He's like on location. I love it. We've got some questions. All right. First of all, we got to say, Joe, I should have a betting seminar. Yeah. People, I'd be like assassinated. I'll be honest with you, because I piss a lot of people off, but I don't lie. I always tell the truth, win or lose, and I always tell the truth to you guys. And I'll be honest with you guys. There are people in this world, let alone in this business, that don't like to tell the truth, and shame on them. But I will tell you this, and Jesse and I talk about this all the time. You know, when you're great, you don't have to tell people you're great. You just have to be. So when there are people in this business or in the world that are less than stellar, great people like Ross, Jesse, Matt, and Dion, myself, we shine even brighter. Having said that, I will tell you real quick, I'm not a big futures guy because you never get a real good odds on a futures play. And let's face it, teams to win the World Series, the Super Bowl, and so on, you're never going to get a team 20 or 30 to 1 to win that, okay? It doesn't happen. It just doesn't, all right? But what I did do was I picked 6 teams and then parlayed it, which I never make a parlay. Guys, I can't tell you. I think the last time I made a parlay was maybe 8 years ago at Caesars in the Final Four, 2 teams. And I did win that, by the way. One was Wisconsin, and I don't remember the other team. In any case, we'll tell you guys, I made a parlay of all 6 teams to win their divisions. I got the Yankees are already in, Cleveland's in, Houston's in, St. Louis is in, the Dodgers are in, waiting on the Braves. If the Braves could eke it out, I got a 6-teamer writing. I bet it $200 5 times. I went to a few different places. Because the reason why I do that, guys, I'll tell you now. Somebody like me, I walk into the casino, some of the books, no, I bet a lot. No, I win more than I lose. They'll fade the line. I lose my edge. They do that a lot in football with me. They do that a lot in basketball with me. That's why I got to bet 3 or 4 dimes or 5 dimes in 4 or 5 or 6 places. Sometimes more than that. I got to move it around. I don't want to bring up any. I don't want to shine a light on what I'm doing because then the whole town will move the line. And then the next thing you know, all the players in the books, all the guests, they say, well, Joey's betting this game heavy. Let's bet it. And I'll lose. Forget about losing an edge. The line will move 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points, which I've done in the past. So I bet this. It was only $200 5 times. Bet a dime on it. We get a 6-teamer in. I'll buy Jesse dinner. How about that? Having said that, we have a question for Moneyline Matt. Matt, I'm going to bring it up. It's an interesting question. Hold on a second.
Right there.
All right, Matt. Do the players practice today? All right. It's 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time when the Fire Player Status Report comes out. Matt, I want to bring this question to you, please.
Yeah, so a lot of it does come down to coaching and kind of what they want to do. If they practice today, it's going to be a general walkthrough practice. I mean, when it's the day of the game, generally they always go out and do some sort of walkthrough practice, just maybe the first script that they might run. You know, a lot of coaches have their first 10 plays scripted just to get the team kind of in sync and gelling. I also saw the other question in regards to Kinlaw, Armstead, and there was one more. What was it? Jeff Wilson. And yeah, so that's one thing too. Like nowadays, it does get tougher and tougher to trust the injury report. The one that I truly trust is the one that comes out 90 minutes before kickoff, which is the final injury report. Like we all saw yesterday with Alvin Kamara, there really wasn't a ton of hint that Alvin Kamara was going to miss. And if you weren't up at 8 a.m., then you probably would have missed that play or, you know, got him out of your fantasy lineups or whatever that may be, you know. And to that point with Armstead, Kinlaw, and Jeff Wilson potentially missing this game, you know, when you look at the LA Rams and some of the teams that they faced and they still had the inability to run the football with the Arizona Cardinals, who were pretty terrible on the defensive line. Now they've got J.J. Watt back, so it should be a little bit of a boost. But then you look at that of even the Atlanta Falcons. They weren't able to run the football against the Atlanta Falcons. And a lot of, for me, the way that I'm looking and viewing this game, or any team, if you can't run the football down the stretch, you are going to get in trouble. It gets colder. The defenses get tougher, you know, and divisional games towards the end of the season, you know, you need those. And if you can't run the football and you become one-dimensional, it's just going to get that much tougher. So even if one of those guys do miss, Armstead, Kinlaw, whoever it may be, I still like this 49ers defensive line. You also have to think, too, that this is a Monday night football matchup, so you get an additional day of rest. So because of that, I would assume at least one of those guys suits up. I think Jeff Wilson for sure suits up. But in terms of Kinlaw or Armstead, I do believe at least one will, if not both.
Thank you, my friend Moneyline Matt. By the way, Daniel, thank you for your question. We appreciate you. By the way, did you see Daniel? Even our viewers are good looking, man. You don't get this anywhere else. We have the best looking panelists, the best looking guests. It's great. By the way, we had somebody throw up a pretty nasty comment about me, about that I'm high on something or something. Guys, we love it. I laugh at stuff like that. I've seen guys take little shots at me for the last 20 years that I'm documented. I've seen you guys come and go. Keep them coming. I love that crap because I will not hear from you again until the end of the season. Maybe when you catch your first 12-team parlay, buddy. Good luck with you. Guys, having said that, we have a few things we'd like to tell you about. We're going to run down the games. We're going to get out of here. Dion, we got some discounts.
Yeah, today is $9 Monday over at Sports Memo, so make sure that after the show you head on over to the site. All of the handicappers have some $9 plays going up for you today. And also don't forget to visit the deals page because some of your favorite cappers have some amazing deals going on.
All right, we're going to run down the plays. Wait a minute. We got another question. Great answer, Matt. Thank you. Daniel,
I appreciate the question. Thank you.
By the way, Daniel, once again, you're good looking, man. We have the best looking guests. Even Daniel, great question, Matt said. And I think that was a very, very good question. And by the way, Daniel, thanks for everything. You're good looking. We're the best looking guests, just like our panelists. Let's run down the games that everybody had. Our good buddy Ross Benjamin, he had to take off. He was doing a naked modeling shoot today. Wow. I heard about it. We all heard about it. Apparently with Ross, he's the centerfold. You have to fold it down more than once. That's all I'm saying.
Oh my God.
Anyway, Ross. Moneyline Matt just got that joke. Our good friend Ross had to take off. He's got the Cubs plus 115. DM, what'd you have for everybody?
I am going with the Phillies today.
Jesse the Body.
The Orioles.
Jesse's laughing. Moneyline Matt.
I got the 49ers minus 1.5.
And your sexy and savory host says a lot of value in the Nationals plus 285. I think they win this game. I really do. I'm playing them myself today, guys. It almost made it as a premium play. Guys, Dion, real quick, everybody here has a Twitter page. We want you to follow our Twitter handles. Dion, what was Ross?
Yeah, so make sure that you follow Ross over at Ross Benjamin 1. You can find the Iceman over at Jesse Schule. Moneyline Matt at Moneyline__Matt. You can find myself over at the First Lady of Vegas and Joe over at Joe D'Amico Wins.
Real quick, guys, the best collection of cappers anywhere on the planet are at Sports Memo. We each post tons of free content at the Sports Memo Twitter page. All right, so follow the Sports Memo Twitter page. You're going to get free content, you get futures, you get odds, you get great columns and articles. I'm going to tell you now, it's your one-stop sports betting shop. And you might find a new capper that you weren't familiar with that you really like. You go over to Sports Memo, the Sports Memo website, man, because we have the best collection of cappers on the planet. Also, guys, please hit that subscribe button. If you like what you're, even if you don't, keep tuning in to see if I'm on drugs or not. That was a great comment. I said I was on drugs. I love that. I love because apparently the Yankees suck. They sucked almost 100 wins. All right, guys. Having said all that, we just like to stay positive on the show. So please follow these great cappers. You will follow them all the way to the bank. Dan, can you take us out? Actually, let's do some comments. Jesse, any closing comments for our people?
Play the dogs today in MLB. We all got nice looking dogs.
Dion, Jesse says woof, woof, woof.
Woof, woof,
You
woof.
got to love it. Moneyline Matt, closing comments.
Yeah, guys, love the San Francisco 49ers tonight. I'm going to have a play on Sports Memo. I'll also have a free player prop on Sports Memo. Trying to get some free player props up for Monday Night Football, Thursday Night Football. We had Justin Jefferson for the weekend. He absolutely smashed that player prop. So just trying to keep it rolling.
Love Moneyline Matt. Dion, any closing thoughts or comments?
Yeah, just make sure that you tune in to all of the Sports Memo TV shows for a ton of free winners. And make sure you tune in the rest of the week to the First Family Show. And on behalf of Ross, Jesse, Matt, and us, this is the First Family of
I got a
Vegas.
feeling. I think I want to start singing "I Got You, Babe" at the end of the show. For all your Jesse doesn't even remember that because I'm older than Jesse. The "I Got You" before because it's the Sonny and Cher. How they used to sign off. All right.
No,
guys.
no, I'm familiar with it.
There you go. Yeah, but I'm still older than you, son of a gun. Anyway,
You
guys,
still are.
I personally want to thank Ross and Jesse and Moneyline Matt for all they're doing. And special thanks to everybody out there, guys. Without you, we couldn't be here. And we do love you and thank you for your love and support. You keep tuning in. We're going to keep supplying good winners and a little bit of fun as well. Dion, That's it. We're out of here.
We are out of here.
Everyone out there, good luck and have a winning day.